How's it going, guys and gals? This is Anthony. Today we are back with a new video on the channel. Today we are doing the Bash in Berlin premium live event predictions. Let's get a rundown of the show. Dear to my heart, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire will defend the WWE Women's Tag Team titles against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. A rematch from the August 2nd episode of SmackDown where Bianca and Jay won by disqualification after Blair Davenport interfered. We have a SummerSlam rematch in here between CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Excuse me. We have the mixed tag team match where the Judgment Day implodes completely. Where in between Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion, against the Terror Twins, El Malo, Damian Priest, and Rhea Bloody Ripley, or as we call her, Mommy. And obviously the two world title matches, Cody Rhodes defends the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens, and what I think is going to be the main event, the New World Heavyweight Champion Gunther defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton from SmackDown in a King of the Ring Finals rematch. And as I always say, before I get into the predictions, if you like this content, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into the predictions. Let's go! So now we start with the match that I think has the least amount of heat going into this match. It's obviously the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between the Unholy Union. Man, Isla looks fine there. Damn. uh, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire defend the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. As I said on the intro, a rematch from the August 2nd episode of Friday Night SmackDown. I think this match could have. I think this match is gonna be good. Alba and Isla are pretty good heels. Obviously, they won the titles in Scotland Clash at the Castle in front of their home crowd. Bianca and Jay did not get pinned. It was Shayna Baszler that got pinned, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was either Shayna or Zoe that got pinned. But I think, that Blair Davenport is gonna come in, try to interfere, and Naomi is gonna fight her off, just to even the odds. But I think the ending, Bianca hits the pin, Isla and Alba retain, and now we start building and building for the eventual breakup of Bianca and Jade, and that leads to the WrestleMania 41 match, which I think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna go Bianca and Jade for WrestleMania 41 because unless you wanna stretch that a little bit out and give them the titles back, but I mean Isla and Alba, they have been going to Raw, to SmackDown, to NXT. They've been going through all three brands, like trying to get some prestige into the titles, and I think they shouldn't lose them. I think they shouldn't lose them. So that's why I pick Isla and Alba to retain the Women's Tag Team Championships. That's prediction number one, folks. And now we start getting to the good stuff. Dominic Mysterio and the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan from representing the Judgment Day go against the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Bloody Ripley, aka Mommy. Obviously, started, this match build up started at SummerSlam, where Dominic turned on Rhea and helped Liv retain the Women's World Championship, and Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest, giving Gunther the victory, and thus the Ring General becoming the new World Heavyweight Champion. Damian has been trying to get his hands on Damian Priest ever since, but as Finn Balor said on the Raw after SummerSlam episode of Raw, he said, "I will attack you from behind. You'll never see it coming." And that's what's been happening. You know, they laid them out, and I think just because they laid the Terror Twins out, they laid them out. I think that the babyfaces win this one. I think the baby faces win this one because this is a show where I think that heels and baby faces is gonna have some balance here. So that's why I am for the first prediction. I chose Ayla and Alba because I do not think that they really are gonna have out of their 5 matches 4 victories by baby faces. You need to have three baby faces, three babyface victories and 2 heel victories. And I think this is a babyface victory. I think the Terror Twins win, and since it's a tag team match, remember in WWE the woman can hit the man, but not vice versa, which means Rhea can beat the absolute hell out of Dominic Mysterio. And I think the finish for this match is the Terror Twins win because Rhea gives Dominic the riptide and pins him 1, 2, 3. And I think it for that's gonna be it for the Dominic and Rhea story. I think that story gets a closure, and now Rhea can go back to getting back the title that she never lost. Up next, we have the match that for me, in my opinion, is the match that I am. This is one of my top 3 matches that I'm most hyped for this pay-per-view. Uh, the first one being the Third Twins versus Judgment Day mixed tag team match. The second one is this one. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre go one-on-one in a strap match, and I absolutely love that they went back to the old school rules of a strap match. They're not doing painful submissions. You need to touch the 4 corners, and I love that because that is the story and the psychology of the entire match. How does the babyface get to the 4 corners? And remember, I said babyface. I think I might have spoiled who's winning here. And obviously, we have the first match at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. Uh, Punk tried to get the bracelet. Seth Rollins put it on because he doesn't understand sentimental value because he's an atheist, you know. And he got GTS for it. And because of that stupid thing done by Seth Rollins, he cost the Punk the match. 1, 2, 3. Punk got the bracelet back, and they've made this such an important part of the sentimental value of the bracelet. And I always make the joke that Seth Rollins, I mean not Seth Rollins, but that Drew McIntyre cannot get up for the situation with his wife in the bedroom if he doesn't have the bracelet. I think when he's with his wife, he imagines his wife is AJ Lee because that would explain the entire bracelet thing. I was surprised CM Punk did not bring that up, about some perverted fantasy of Drew McIntyre with AJ Lee, which I thought that should have been brought up, but they didn't. if they didn't win that line. If they were in Netflix now, I think they would have. But this is simple. Drew McIntyre won the first one. They are gonna do the finish that I've seen here in Puerto Rico and seen in the U.S. I mean, the heel he he's gonna put the baby face on his shoulder, start touching the corners, and without the heel noticing, the baby face touches the corner, and when they get tied 3-3, the baby face gets off the heel's shoulders. Uh, CM Punk gets through GTS, and he touches the fourth corner and he wins. I mean, that is the finish they're gonna go for, and I love that finish because I don't know why, but I've always loved that finish in a strap match. I don't know why, but I think since I've seen it since I was a kid here in Puerto Rico, and then sometimes in the US, I think that's why I love it so much. But yeah, I think CM Punk wins this one because I mean, the blow off for this feud is going to be Bad Blood. And the rumor is it's going to be Hell in a Cell. I mean, you went from straight up one on one, strap match, Hell in a Cell. I think it's a natural progression, as it should. This feud has been amazing. I mean, the company down in Jacksonville, AEW, does a guy gets injured, you don't see him for like 10 months. CM Punk got injured, and they used them on television. I mean, once every 2 weeks practically. So CM Punk, even though he was injured, they were able to tell this story. They were able to tell this story, and it's been great. So yeah, I think CM Punk. I know CM Punk's gonna win this match. Now we go to our two world title matches. I have left the last two matches on Bash in Berlin, which are the two world title matches last, because in a way they intertwine with each other. First off, we're gonna talk about the match that I think should be a semi-main event. It's the Cuban Christ, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes defends the undisputed WWE Championship against the prize fighter Kevin Owens. How do we get to this match? We know that on the Friday after SummerSlam, Cody offered KO a championship match, and KO didn't feel worthy. Then a couple minutes later, we saw backstage Nick Aldis saying, "Okay, if KO doesn't get the match, if KO doesn't win the match, I'll give it to Roman." And that's when KO accepted it. I think here, uh, the Cuban Christ, the American Nightmare wins. I think it's gonna be one crossroads, 1, 2, 3, and I don't think KO's gonna turn heel. I know they've been teasing that on television, when he kind of pretend to like try to hit Cody with the title, and he didn't do it. Obviously, they always do this on the when it's babyface versus babyface, to try to make it more interesting, quote unquote. But I think this is gonna be because I don't think KO's gonna turn heel, and I explain why in the World Heavyweight Championship match. But this prediction is gonna be short and sweet. I think KO puts up a good fight. Sorry for the motors outside. I am filming this last part of the review Friday morning, so excuse me for the cars outside. I may edit it out on when I'm editing the video. You may not hear it, but excuse me. As I said, Cody wins here. One crossroads, 1, 2, 3. They shake hands because Cody's feud going into Bad Blood, it's not gonna be Kevin Owens, and you'll see what I mean when we talk about the match that I think is gonna be the main event. Because obviously this match is gonna be the main event. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line when Gunther from Monday Night Raw defense against Randy Orton from SmackDown. This is a SmackDown versus Raw match. How did we get here? Remember the King of the Ring finals when Gunther won in controversial fashion. We know how he won at SummerSlam after Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest. And then Randy that Monday after SummerSlam saying, "Hey, you didn't beat me in convincing fashion. I want a World Heavyweight Championship match." And Gunther has turned into this guy that like I don't know. I'm just gonna say this. I think that okay, man, I like Gunther, okay, but the shoes as World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, I'm not gonna. This is only his first month as champion, but the shoes of being World Heavyweight Champion for now feel too big for him. That's all I'm gonna say. But he's there with a lady with Randy Orton, and I know the match is gonna be good. I mean, problem is Randy Orton able to take a power bomb because the back, the spinal fusion surgery. That's the thing that I'm most worried about. How is he gonna beat him? Is he gonna beat him with the sleeper hold, the lariat, or the splash? Because I do not think Randy's gonna take a power bomb, and Randy's not gonna lose that clean. I mean, when I mean clean, I mean he's not gonna beat him straight out 1, 2, 3, and Randy's not gonna tap out straight up. So he either roll up or by not when the ref raises the hand 3 times, and if you don't raise it in one of those 3 times, the referee calls the match. I think it's either one of those two finishes here. I mean, they already did the roll up finish at King of the Ring in the King of the Ring finals between Gunther and Randy. So I think they may go for the sleeper hold finish that they did at SummerSlam. So I think Gunther retains here. But I have not like how Gunther starter has gotten into insulting people. Like saying practically saying, "Oh my God, Randy, you you were smoking marijuana in 2006 and you got suspended for 2 months and you almost got fired for smoking marijuana," because that's literally what Gunther said without saying it. And I'm like, everybody knows that. I'm like, I know. For some reason, they're trying to make Randy into Jeff Hardy for some reason, which I don't understand. Because at least with Jeff, he is trying. He was, we know Jeff's struggles. Meanwhile, with Randy, we haven't heard about those struggles until like when? 2007? When he stopped smoking? But man, I don't know. And now with the new policies in the company, that's no longer a suspension. That's a $500 fine because when Matt Riddle came into the company, they changed that policy. But man, I don't know, man. It's just they're trying to make him into Christian in AEW, and Christian does a great job there. And because Christian does it well, doesn't mean that Gunther is gonna do it well. That's all. That's what I'm gonna say. But I'm expecting this to be the starting point, the launching pad for Gunther to finally fill the shoes as World Heavyweight Champion. And those are my predictions for Bash in Berlin. As I always say, guys, if you like this content, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And before I go, remember to cherish moments with your family, bury hatchets, create beautiful memories because life's too short, but memories will be immortalized. As always, this is Anthony signing off. Bye bye.